Hey everyone, welcome back to Kirby Triple Deluxe. Last time, we met and faced off against Queen Sectonia, but as we defeated her, she fused with the Dreamstalk and now has vines stretching all over Popstar and Floralia. So, the people of the sky here, the people of Floralia, are helping us to stop them. Or stop her, rather. Sectonia's parasitic species survived by leeching power from other life forms until they're weak enough to be controlled. The people of the sky and King D decide to fight back in an effort to save planet Popstar from the evil queen. But we have to wait until one of these buds open their eyes enough so that we can actually damage them. Sectonia's story is a lot deeper though than simply she's an evil queen monarch who wants to rule the world. She and Tyranza were once very good friends, and we're also of the same species. They didn't look so different as they do now, with Tyranza being some weird parasite dude, and Sectonia being a wasp creature. Tyranza, as they were friends, gave Sectonia a gift, the dimensional mirror from Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. The mirror eventually caused Sectonia, from looking into it so much, to go absolutely insane, causing her to become the monarch that she is today, who terrorized the people of Floralia and decided to rule them with an iron fist. So, she's not inherently evil. Hell, she doesn't even inherently look like a wasp, which is of course inherently evil. She's just a person that got corrupted by a terrible mirror. And it's sad, because Tyranza was simply following the orders of his friend. He didn't want to let his friend down. No matter what happens to Sectonia, we don't have a choice but to go against her now. You can see her in the background across the moonlight. We also see Bandana D. I don't know how he got here, but hey, whatever. It works. And we're actually pretty low on health going in, but that's alright. Let's see, what do I want to use? I kind of want to use something I don't usually use. Because I usually use either Archer or Leaf. Fuck it. Let's go with Beetle. And let's face off against Sectonia. There's a number of things I need to praise about this boss fight. First off, the scale. Just how we can see Sectonia in the background all the time, looking at us, just looming, waiting for us to fall, I guess. It's so good. I love just how big Sectonia seems. and how powerful she really seems with these buds that can attack us. And then just looking at it across with her lit by the moonlight, it's so beautiful. This is the most beautiful final boss in Kirby. And just as good as the scale is the music. Oh my god, they managed to make one of the most beautiful final boss themes in Kirby, and that is very hard. It perfectly matches the beauty that Sectonia has been trying to reach all this time, and just the other instruments just match the epic scale of this fight. The voice synthesis they used is so good. I want to know how they did it, because it sounds so amazing. It matches Sectonia so well. Like, that is what I imagine Sectonia might even sound like. But god, this fight is just so fun. These buds attacking you with everything, with just a bunch of attacks, always changing up exactly what they do, whether they be launching at you from the foreground or the background, from the sides, using lasers like that. Oh my god, it's so good. And Sectonia keeps drawing us in, and we're now close enough where she has to kind of go all out. She summons all 4 of these buds, and even attacks us directly somewhat, by firing these buds right at us from, well, herself, I guess. This track is titled Moonstruck Blossom, and that is just a perfect name for it, because it's, well, we're fighting a Moonstruck Blossom, so it's fitting for one. But it's also just a beautiful title for a beautiful track. And trust me, when I say that it's one of the most beautiful boss themes in Kirby's series, that is a very, very, very high bar. There have been some absolutely phenomenal final boss themes between 0-2 from 64, Marks. God, I don't know how Kirby manages to keep topping itself in the final boss department. Especially lately, because we had, Crowned, of course, in Return to Dreamland. That was just phenomenal, and that final boss was great. But somehow, they topped it with Sectonia and her theme. With Tyranja's change of heart and DD's help, we now have Hypernova to go against Sectonia with. So, the buds are going to fire these barrage of missiles that we can just suck up. And Sectonia herself is going to fire this gigantic missile, which we can simply stop with all the smaller ones. Looks so beautiful with all those explosions. And then, with the sun... rise in the background, I forgot the word, sorry. With the sunrise in the background now, it just symbolizes that Sectonia is done. Like, we have Hypernova now, she can't do anything. This battle's already won, basically. But, it's not that easy, exactly. We of course need to deal with these missiles, but that's not really doing anything. Luckily, Sectonia's now going to start attacking us directly with her buds. We can suck one of them up, and she's going to make a shield with her other ones. We need to use the bud we sucked up to fire at other ones, to gradually deplete her shield. And again, do I have to mention the music? I think I do. The World to Win, that's the title of this track, and oh my god, it's a remix of the Hypernova theme, but it is so intense. It's so good. It's so great just to like, as a theme that's meant to be, you have a ton of power, you basically can't be stopped now. Sectonia is done for. It is perfect. This bud is going to attack you twice, so just be careful. Don't try to immediately suck it up or you might get hit. And this is it. She only has one bud left to guard her. Okay, good enough. But, with all those gone, she has no shield anymore. She has no choice but to attack us directly, but we can counter that. We can suck up a laser. So, that's Kirby Triple Deluxe. Absolutely one of my favorite Kirby games, and one of the ones I've played the most, if not the most, both in preparation for this LP, for recording it for another channel, Windshine, for just general fun. It's just such a enjoyable game, and I can't get enough of it. And I really can't get enough of it. It's just such a good, happy time. It's a very pure Kirby experience, to say the least. Even with Hypernova, it's a very traditional Kirby game. It doesn't do much, like, it doesn't do anything that's incredibly mind-blowing, admittedly, except maybe some stuff with Hypernova. But that doesn't really matter to me, because it's just so fun. Like, I can play this game time and time again without really being bored, and that's not something I could say for many games. And it's a combination of, one, that final boss. It is just absolutely glorious. The fight with Sectonia as a wasp is great. The fight with the buds is pretty fun. And then, of course, the scale and the music of that final flower fight. And then the Hypernova section. Every part of it, every single part of it, is just so good. And her story as well has a lot of depth to her character that makes me sad to kill her, but even if, well, it is necessary because, well, she's been terrorizing these people of Floralia for however long. was kind of an unfortunate necessity to enter. A lot of that information, by the way, did come from pause screens, but more of it, mainly the part with the amazing mirror, came from Miiverse. The developers of the game held a Q&A on Miiverse and answered some questions and revealed that Sectonia was corrupted by the dimensional mirror before, so that's where that comes from. And this credits music, oh my god. This whole soundtrack, absolutely beautiful. It's exciting and fits Kirby just so well with being so happy and upbeat, but just, like, mind-blowing and epic when it needs to be against Sectonia and in some of the levels of Royal Road. And this credits, I can't get enough of it. This is absolutely one of the best Kirby games. Like, it's easily in my top 5, probably top 3, with like 64 Robobot and this. It doesn't matter how similar this game and Robobot are, they're different enough to me where I can easily classify them as separate games and say this and Robobot are my 2 favorites. And it's so, like, the Dreamstalk as well, I love climbing it. I don't know, it's just, climbing something in a game, it's just really satisfying to me for some reason. I don't know why. It gets just an easy sense of progression, like, you easily feel like you're actually moving forward and doing something, opposed to, like, I don't know, Mario, where you're just sort of going. But when you're climbing the Dreamstalk, you actively feel like you're going up and you know, achieving something. I don't know, just thinking about it, that's a weird thing to compliment, but it is true, it is something I feel. And this background, oh my god, space and nebula, it's just so fucking beautiful. There's Kirby's little dinky round house. But at least he gets to rest now.